we actually have a wealth of examples that show the progression from invention during basic research to innovation and transformation. We only have to think about the discovery of electricity, or the invention of the light bulb, or the theory of evolution by Charles Darwin, which revolutionized biological sciences, to drugs that treat and in many cases cure cancer, or medical imaging technology that makes it much easier to look inside a living brain, for example. Now, I could talk a lot about all of these, but what I would like to focus on is a short history of the invention of penicillin. And this story is actually reviewed by a PBS news story on this topic by Markle in 2013. So Dr. Alexander Fleming, who was a bacteriologist at St. Mary's Hospital, discovered penicillin in London, England on September 28, 1928. He actually came back from a vacation and found his bacterial cultures in some disarray. And some of these bacterial cultures had been infected by the mold Penicillium notatum. And he actually noticed that those bacterial colonies that were infected by this mold actually didn't grow well at all. Now, I don't have the time to tell you the entire detailed story about Dr. Fleming and his discoveries of penicillin, but this is the basic research part. And although it was a little bit of a happenstance that he came back after a vacation, but it clearly was due to his deep knowledge of bacteriology and his studies on the Staphylococci bacteria that allowed him to recognize that something really interesting was going on with this Penicillin notatum mold. Now, the actual innovation of the discovery of penicillin was accomplished by others. They are Dr. Howard Florey and his colleague Dr. Ernest Chain. And they proceeded to test crude penicillin mold fluid extracts on 50 mice that had been infected with streptococcal bacterial infection. And they found that the mice that they injected with penicillin actually all recovered. They got ill, but they recovered, while all the other mice that were not treated with penicillin actually died of bacterial sepsis, so a devastating, deadly bacterial infection. And so this was the innovation part of the research that showed that penicillin could potentially be used in humans to treat bacterial infections that actually might be deadly.